Okay, so I thought I'd throw my hat into the ring on how I would go about reducing the amount of plastic in the packaging for the Dalek B&M sets. So, yeah, and it's also still interesting how it's just the Dalek sets that they've done this with, not the 3-packs. Whether they do it with the TARDIS set, I don't know, but regardless, pictures from this angle basically, prove that this bubble, plastic bubble that the Daleks are sitting in within, is just stuck to the cardboard itself. Which means that for collectors, you have to rip it open. Yeah, you have to rip open these Daleks, and it also means that you won't be able to put them back on display in the display box like that. Which also might be a reason why Alduar hasn't done his normal custom backdrops for these, because, well, you'd basically have to rip them in order to get the Daleks out of there. Also, notice on the top here, these circular bits of sellotape, and also if I get a picture on one from the other side, you can see another circular bit there. So yeah, my thinking in that, maybe it's just prototype images and the final one will have a window on it. Nah, that's clearly not going to be the case. So yeah, that is really annoying. And Alduar actually said, this is the first thing he said about the statements about the new Dalek set. The first thing he said in a press release was, and they feature new packaging! Yeah, which is worse. Yeah, now there's the whole argument to be made about, reducing the amount of plastic. Now, the thing is, companies at the end of the day do not care about saving the planet or anything like that. The one thing they care about is saving money, and making more money, and also their public image. And if companies reduce the amount of plastic, it makes them look good, and also they get to save money in the long run as well. So yeah, that's why they're doing it. But regardless of that, the thing is, most collectors tend not to throw away the boxes. They do tend to keep them, and especially these ones, because they're one nice display boxes. But anyway, how would I improve it? So the first thing I would do is, rather than have the cardboard on the right hand side stop just before this corner here, I would have it go all the way to the corner to extend slightly, and maybe slightly overlap on the Planet of the Dalek sign. And the reason for this would be to make it more sturdy, basically, because the thing is, with these sets in B&M, they're stacked on top of each other normally, and with having a massive gap around the top section here, and also a gap on the corner, means that they're more likely to topple over, basically, and there's more chance of the Dalek on the right hand side getting damaged. So yeah, I would have, rather than having a slight gap at this corner section, I would have it more like it's done on the left hand side, with the cardboard coming over, just to protect the Dalek a little bit more. Yes, it would mean ever so slightly less visibility of the Dalek, but would you rather have that, or rather the Dalek be more exposed and basically more chance of it being damaged? Hey ho, there you go. The second thing I would do is, rather than have this bubble that is stuck to the actual cardboard itself, I would do something like this that they've done previously, and just have the bubble just sit within the cardboard itself, maybe even sellotaped to the cardboard, but not stuck down with it with glue. Basically, I would have it either sellotaped to it or just sit in there, and that would solve everything. That would mean you could take the plastic out and it would still only be one piece of plastic doing the exact same thing it's doing here, but rather than it being, permanently stuck down where you have to rip it off, you can just cut a bit of sellotape, or, as you open the box, you can then just remove it and take the Daleks out. It still protects the Daleks. It gives the packaging a bit more reinforcement, because on the previous ones they had a bit of plastic that stuck to the front of the box, basically, which gave it a bit more sturdiness. But it's still using less plastic because it doesn't have the window, but it protects the Daleks a bit more as well at the same time, and it's only using one piece of plastic to do it. But then collectors are happy because it means you can put it back in the box and put them back in and still have them on display. But you can also easily just get rid of it as well. So yeah, it's kind of a win-win for everyone in that regards. But yeah, this wasn't the case. I don't know why this wasn't done. Maybe because it was ever so slightly cheaper, probably the reason. There has been a rumour floating around that this year's set's budget has gone down, which might be the case. It might be the case. That might be why we don't have any custom backdrops this time around, or maybe because of the packaging and that, the price of the sets have gone up, so maybe to avoid them going up any more, there's a compromise in that regards. Possibly it doesn't excuse the fuck-ups that Aldoar has made on the death to the Daleks and other things, but the packaging, maybe you can have an excuse there. But you can see it doesn't look good when you're taking these publicity photos, which are shared around the internet, and these are meant to show off your product. It's not good when you've got damage to the boxes on your publicity photos. Yeah, it just doesn't look good, and this cardboard rim around there and that, it just doesn't make it look, appealing. And these are meant to be, the most visually appealing pictures. I mean, you can even see there's a fold in the cardboard just there, as well as damage to it. Death to the Daleks, yeah, you can see damage there. It doesn't look, and at the top here where it clearly hasn't fit properly, there in the top corner. So stuff like that just doesn't make it look good, But yeah, how come with the 3-packs we've got this window on top and that? Because the 3-packs, you could do the exact same thing with the 3-packs with the Daleks. You could do the exact same thing. So how come the 3-packs are? That's the thing I want to know the most about. How come the 3-packs are? I'm not sure in that regard, and yeah. Plus, also the 3-packs could still technically have the custom backdrop because they're not stuck to it. I can understand partially why the Daleks haven't in this case, but yeah, it does make it a bit annoying. Actually, it makes it very annoying, because this basically means that I absolutely will have to, if I want one, in the packaging and that, and to look all nice, I will have to get a sealed one. Like, just have a one that isn't opened. Otherwise, yeah, it'll just look like a tatty mess. And this might be one of the years where I don't actually keep the packaging, because look at it. And I can pretty much guarantee there'll be a load of these that will be damaged. So yeah, if Aldoar does see this video, by all means use this idea. By all means, because, you've went to the effort of changing the packaging this year, and he has changed other bits of it as well. For example, the limited edition seal now has its own actual place, rather than just being stuck on the plastic window. The packaging, I imagine, may change next year. If not next year, definitely the year after. And why is that? Well, this logo. This logo will no longer be the current logo, so regardless of anything else, the design of the packaging, at least the style guide, will be changing. So Will that mean a change in the packaging? Who knows, but that's throwing my hat into the ring on the issue.